welcome back. We're in the Rusty Dusty shop. I'm the Rusty Dusty picker, Kevin, and this is going to be a little bit of a jumpy video, but I just wanted to show you this piece that we're going to try and do something with. It's a fairly large end table, like in 1970s style, that somebody decided to paint battleship gray for some reason. There's drawers and and opens on both sides. It's just a little dirty, and we're gonna see if we can't make this thing shine a little bit and bring it back to life and update it and do the best we can. So this is sort of the before clip. Sorry about the lighting too. This thing's just taking up so much room up on the workbench. But this is what we're working with. This is the canvas, and first thing I'm going to do is disassemble it and get going, and I'll cut back in with how we're doing. First thing we're going to do is remove any of the hardware that's been painted over. Certainly we're going to try to remove that paint and recover the hinges if they are usable anymore, and I think they will be, but we'll figure that out. And this is what it looks like in the sunlight. Figured I'd give you a look at it in all its glory. Goodbye 1975. Hello 2022. So what we're going to do also here with these hinges, we are applying a I am applying a paint stripper solution. It would take about an hour before we could peel this paint back and see what we have for these hinges. I want to, whoops, almost lost you. I want to get the color back of the hinge, of course. I don't want it to be gray. I'd like it to be a brassy color, golden, bronzy, brassy color. So hopefully we'll get that. So here we go. Now I'm trying to address these a color scheme here to go with the gray. I tried to find a color that would play nicely with the gray, so to speak, and I went with this basic acrylic honey mustard color, which I think will work along with some other strategies with it. So I've painted one of the drawer faces, and I've started to add hardware, which kind of gives it a look. So that's how this particular drawer works. So we're going to have two of these. We're going to do the faces of the doors the same color with matching knobs with the same sort of a chrome finish. So that should look halfway decent once that's done. And then the next thing I'm going to hopefully work on is kind of lightening the whole piece itself, maybe distressing it, or just adding some washy lighter type of highlights, so it just doesn't look like one big block of gray painted wood. So we'll see how that goes, and we'll check right back in with you. Yeah, so for this part we're just going to use various grades of sandpaper and abrasives as such, and just simply try to create the wear marks where they might make sense, where they would happen in real life, perhaps in the corners here. And you'll just see just a little bit of that. Looks like they may have whitewashed this piece of furniture. Just give it a little bit, not all the way, just follow, give it some wear. Where it might be expected. So I'll show you here. I did one of the doors. So let's see. I just stressed it where it would get a lot of it, a lot of use next to the knob here. And yeah, so we're going to continue doing that for the whole piece. All right, so still going on this, and what I'm working on now is trying to give it a little bit more definition. In other words, it still looks a little bit like a battleship, and I want to try to have it look more like a piece of cool furniture. So I'm going to put some white in this crevice in here, and then immediately, it's actually an off-white, like a parchment color. And then I'm going to immediately wipe it out and leave some of it in there, so it will, like I said, add some definition. So I'll just come along like this. That's all. Just a light little touch like that, and then we'll come back through. Get the excess off. And just like that, you've got a fairly faint line. Like so. So from a distance, you have your depth. So I'm going to do the rest of it. So this is kind of a look at how that can become a reality. Just a tiny little bit of paint in the crevice there just does give it some definition, especially when looking at it from far away. And here we are so far. We have, what I did want to show you is the hinges. The hinges cleaned up okay, but as you'll see, a lot of the plating either wasn't on there or came off somehow in the stripping process, but it actually looks good. Looks nice and aged and such. So you see what we did. We painted these doors and these drawers here, and we did some weathering on them. Also on the top, and as mentioned, did a little bit of gentle highlighting so the piece stands out a little bit better. So, and in terms of manufacturing some age to give the piece character and make it look old, is, you know, make sure you're putting them in logical spots where wear would actually take place. Too much, you know, if it's in balance of the whole piece and doesn't make any sense, if you have put wear on the back where it wouldn't really experience much interaction with people or other things, then it's not gonna come out as good. It's not gonna look authentic at all. But when you do these very subtle areas, you know, it goes a long way to make the piece look cool. So we're probably gonna wrap this right here, and we appreciate you coming. And as always, remember, if you like these types of videos, make sure you subscribe so you'll see them in your timeline anytime you come on YouTube. You'll be notified when a new one comes on. We're gonna try and put out 1 or 2 of these a week going forward. So on top of that, come visit us at Remember Yesteryears, Oakdale, New York, 901 Montauk Highway in Oakdale, centrally located. Good stuff there. Over 120 vendors. Good people, great stuff. Great way to spend part of your day or the weekend. Open 7 days a week. So there's the plug. Talk to you soon. Bye.